I want to dive into this a little bit because I think that there's a lot of people who don't really understand the role of a producer, right? And you're a producer as well. And like you just brought up, the hardest part about making movies is the money, right? It's like, if you're a storyteller, if you're a creator, if you're an artist, you've got that. It's the money. It's like, how do we... So talk about the producing aspect of it. Do you enjoy the challenge of having to try to put together a film, get the financing, the distribution, the hiring, and all of the stuff that goes along with the producing? Or do you have to, because it's a necessity, it's one of those things, I don't like to do it, but I got to do it kind of a thing?
That part of it, I don't like as much, and I'm very fortunate that I have a wife who's an attorney, but she's also been a producer on many of my things, or one of the producers on most of my things. And so from the beginning, she's very good at relations with the money side of it, and but we also had some other producers that were in this last in Through the Outdoor, but she's always there at the beginning.
I love that though, because I'm watching the Warner Brothers documentary series right now, and one of the CEOs, I forget his name at the moment, escapes me. He talks about how, it's important to know what you don't know so that you can put the people who do know that things into that role, and you trust them so that you can let them excel at what they do. And I think that's very important.
100%. That's, it's probably the key thing in being a director, is having that crew around you, that can look at, as much as I've done camera, the new digital cameras.
Yeah.
There's DPs that know that way better than I do now, and the right way. When I started off, there was always a focuser on the camera, but now the guy's sitting off there in the corner with this little digital remote,
Right.
Yep.
And then on the last thing I shot, I said, did I was watching, did you get the focus? The guy rewound it to me, and it was perfect. Fit through the
Oh my goodness.
That's a great point though, because Logan and I, we direct together, and Logan, there's that age gap there. So I'm like you, I have my old 8mm in the back and the Super 8s, and I'm a film guy. That's how I came up. And he came up in the digital age. And so now everything is shot on digital. When I try to say I want to shoot something on film, they're like, oh, but the budget, right? And, you got to really fight to get it on film. But I love that we have that difference, because he is able to say, okay, this is what we shoot on now, and I got this. I got the camera, aspect. Here's what we're going to do, kind of a thing. And I can bring that old school mentality about, okay, we got the camera thing now. Now let me show you the old school part of the actual film making and what this is and this is. And it works really well as a balance, And I don't think that people realize that transition there for a little while. It was difficult. I don't know about you, but I had that hard time. Like, man, I need to hear it rolling. I need to see, kind of, because
Me too. And I never thought that until really, literally until like the Red kind of came out. I would mix sometimes, especially in music video, I would mix sometimes that raw type of tape video,
right.
Mix it with film inside the video, but really, I started out with film like you too, and it was always so fresh and clean. And now digital is fresh and clean like that too. It is, and you can do so much with it. I embraced the digital age, when it did happen. I don't know it as well as a lot as younger DPs, that really came up in it, but I know what I want, and they can get it on that camera too.
Yes.
Too. And then if it's a little wrong, you can tweak it in the color at the end.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right.